Hello everyone and welcome to my first recorded Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. I have done a bunch of drafts, so I do know uh, what to expect to some extent, but I'm by no means an expert in this format. I do know that the green-based kind of value decks are very strong because there's a lot of like 2-for-1s available in this format, and it's easy also to splash with green-based decks. Now, what I'm gonna take here from this pack, the Collective Defiance is not bad. I mean, the kind of bottom, the baseline is there that it deals 4 damage for 3 mana, which is not that great, of course, but the Escalate does give some nice options. Hell to Pay is decent-ish. It doesn't target players, so it's not as good as some other expels. This is good, but not the first pick. This is also nice, but not necessarily a first pick. I think it's going to be one of the red cards in here. Yeah, I think I like the Collective Defiance here. It has some versatility. Sometimes, it can matter a lot that you can actually discard your cards and then redraw, because the escalate cost is only 1. So at 4 mana you can kill a creature and then replace all of your cards to better stuff. And of course there are times when the 3 damage to the player is going to be the difference between winning and losing. Alright, the Trailblazer is quite good. Yeah, this is gonna potentially just draw some nice extra cards, and it's a 3 mana 4/2 that does give you extra mana. You can ramp it with the plot too, so because of course it won't cost any mana when you have plotted it, so you can do like a turn 4 5 mana play with this thing. I'm gonna take it. There's not really, I mean, the only red card is not that amazing. The Entertainer is fine. Tyrant Scorn is good. Yeah, easy pick. I would say the rare is at this point in draft when you have to be quite flexible. It's a good pick up here. It works in any kind of a green deck, and of course I can still play both of these in the same deck if the colors are open, or I can hopefully play at least one of these, depending of course what will be open in the draft. Okay, there is a very good green common. In my opinion, the Spinewoods Paladin is just really good, and I wouldn't mind picking it here, but there are some other options. There is the Earthai Joe Frontier Mentor. Alright, so this is really decent, and I have one red card. I could be red-white in here. So I think the decision is between those two. Oh, sorry. I was blind to this thing. This is the pick. Yeah, I don't know why I just didn't register this card. Yeah, this is just an amazing 2-for-1. Sometimes you have to just play it as a 3 mana 3/3 without plotting it, but even in that case, it's a 3 mana 3/3 with reach. Yeah, this is really good. Almost all the time you get a nice 2-for-1. And you have to only pay like 4 mana total to deal 2 damage to any target and have a 3/3 reach. That's really nice. Alright, I'm gonna redraft these big score cards, and also the special quests when they appear. They are very rare, and also the breaking news cards if they are mythics, but I'm not gonna pick all of them if the pack has something really good. I'm not taking these 2-color cards that don't feature either red or green. I could take the Throw from the Saddle, but I think I'm taking the Ancient Cornucopia, not because I mean, I would play this in a deck, and if I play green, I will be playing this, but it's not quite as good as this, but I want to have the full collection of every mythic, so I'm taking it. The Arid Archway is also a decent card. Alright, another mythic rare from big score. This is not a really good card, so I expect these cards to be passed a lot in the future drafts I'm gonna do. I already have one of them. I'm not taking it this here because there's an actually very good card here in the Resilient Roadrunner. I mean, maybe not very good, but I mean, you still need to play 2-drops, even though the format is slower than, in my opinion, than the some past sets. But you want to have good 2-drops, and this can even be an evasive 2-drops later on. With the 3 mana activation. The Commando is nice, but I'm taking the 2-drop here over the Commando, and I choose to not redraft this mythic big score card this time. Oh, look at this. Now, I just said I want to have 2-drops, and the Varmint is, good, but of course the Cactus Sure Shot is really nice. 4 mana 4/4 reach ward 2. and then you can haste and trample some other guys. That's a hugely powerful to uncommon, so easy peek fits my colors, and at this point I'm quite likely to just force red-green, but we'll see if I splash something or if I really get something amazing in the next pack from some other color, and maybe I can still abandon either of these colors, but it seems very likely I will be red-green now. This pack has Demonic Ruckus. It's not bad at all. There's the Varmint. Again, there's the Silver Deputy. I don't think I need the Deputy for anything. This is, by the way, a really good card, but I don't think I'm going to splash it. The decision here is between the Ruckus and the Varmint. I think I take the 2-mana 2/2. The Ruckus is slightly better, but maybe not that amazing in red and green necessarily. Which doesn't need like enhanced creatures. The creatures will be big anyway, so the +1/+1 menace and trample is not necessarily that important with these colors. I'm taking the Cactarantula, and now I will take even some deserts that are only half my colors, like Jagged Barrens would be a card I would be playing if I have this plant spider in my deck, because having this be a 5-mana card is really nice. It's just a really good card even in a even when you have to pay 6 mana, it's nice, because the thing about this card is that the last ability, the triggered ability that allows you to draw cards, it's just such a sweet one. It's so annoying to use anything on your opponent's Cactarantula when they get to draw cards. Alright, so the 4/2 is good with the rare I have. I think the ankle biter is nice, but I want to take these 4 power creatures because I have now, this thing that cares about it, the sure shot that cares about it, and that's kind of the theme for a red and green in this set also. Like it has been in the past too, but yeah, the Death Tather is nice, but I should have a bunch of 4 power creatures for the genetic reasons, and I'm taking the bluffs here. Interestingly, this came back. Wow. Because it's a desert for the Cactarantula, and it can produce red mana for me. Am I gonna take these over the Salvo? I think the Salvo is. I'm not gonna bother with this kind of a splash, even though I took the bluffs and I have the cornucopia here, which allow me to do some splashes, but I still take the cheap removal spell. It's not that amazing, but it's okay. I don't think I care about I'm not playing even one of these gardeners. I'm definitely not playing 2. I don't think the Roundup is going to be played in this deck either, but maybe I can consider it depending on how the rest of the draft goes. Alright, what's the peak? And there's a bunch of bomb rays, of course, in this set. Colossal Rattle Worm, it's just, even if you don't have a desert, it doesn't matter. That's a nice card. Well, it's an easy pick. If it wasn't here, if this was some card I wouldn't be picking, I would be happy to take another Roadrunner here, but yep. So, 6/5 trample for 4 mana. It's just sick. Alright, here the pick is easy. There are some playable cards, but the backwoods is not only fixing my mana, but also, makes the Cactarantula cheaper. And the crime committing might come handy too at some point. I don't think I have now any cards that care about committing crimes, but that might still happen. Okay. I won't be that interested in full steam ahead in red-green. It's better in like red-white, green-white, sorry. That has some potential for having a wider board. I think this is an easy pick, the Spinewoods Paladin. Oh, there's a Savage Smash. I didn't see it first because of the card frame. Okay, I would actually... I don't think it's that easy of a choice, but I think I'll take the removal over the creature, even though this is really good. I don't need to redraft the regular set mythics. They will be kind of easier to collect than the big score and the breaking news mythics. But yeah, I take the removal here now. And okay, I have another shot at a Spinewoods Paladin. So this would be like the third Paladin I'm passing, because I have to take the Summoner here. When this thing attacks, you just get a free 3/1, and I will have creatures with 4 power. I already have them. And the baseline is a 3-mana 3/3. Then it's all upside after that, and it's a very strong upside to get the free 3/1. Doesn't cost you a card or mana. Yeah, that's the peak here, but I don't like the fact I have to pass so many of these paladins. Alright, so there's a bunch of good options. I mean, even the prickle pear is good. I might even play the center here, and I also need more 2-drops, by the way. But the decision is between the Jolene and the land, and I don't need the land that much. This Jolene is really nice, so yeah, that's that. I actually seem to have the kind of like the themed deck with the theme of having creatures with 4 power or more. I have several cards now that, care about that. Alright, this is a very nice pack because I could take not well even the betrayal at the vault, maybe not the full steam ahead. The pulverizer and the snakeskin were like good, but I need a 2-drop, and this is totally a decent 2-drop here, so let's pick it here. Okay, there is a mythic rare now. I could actually consider. I don't know if the commando is that needed. I have no copies of this card yet. It's a little bit of a rare drafting set because when you want to collect all these mythics. Yeah, the commander is the pick, but I don't think I particularly need it. So I'm taking the mythic rare for my collection, and because I will be getting enough playables. Look at this, it's pack 2 and I'm already at 17 because yeah, there's 2 lands in here, and this pack has so many options still. I mean, I could take any of these cards, but I think that Tumbleweed Rising will be the pick now because it's quite easy to make this a 2 mana 4/4 or a 3 mana 4/4 if I have to plot it. Okay, now I can take it a commando. Definitely over the Outlaws Fury. This is not the kind of deck that wants to play that. So I'm very happy to even get this commando, and I'm still getting all these options. Actually, the Drover Grizzly wouldn't be bad because it has 4 power, but I have so many plays at 3 mana that I'm thinking about just taking the 2/2, which I will not have that much difficulties attacking with. Okay, I'm still getting all these. I'm taking the Gold Rush now. Yep. I don't think this deck cares about the full steam ahead. How many creatures? Okay, 14. Alright, now I still have an entire pack left. And I'm at 21 spells, as you can see. I'll make that 22. This is pretty amazing. I mean, the amount of cards I still get for my deck this late in the pack. And I even got the playable 5-drop here. Now, no mythic rare to rare draft. Well, there's another Savage Smash. I will take it over the Drover Grizzly. It's a pretty good card, so let's go. Fell the Mighty. This is a white card. I'm not splashing for this thing. Giant Beaver. Okay. I like it more than the Quilled Charger because of the extra toughness. And the Vigilance might be better than the ability to make this into a 5/5 menace creature. So yep, let's take this one. Yeah, this could be worth splashing, but I don't actually need to splash anything. I don't need to make my deck worse by introducing extra colors, even though I have some fixing available. I'm just gonna stick to red-green, and the only question is which of these cards I should take. I think... Should I take another Freeze-Drive Commando? It's a kind of a split card of 3 mana 3/3, 4 mana plot, 5/5. This is okay. The trample is useful too, though. Okay, I'm actually taking the Grizzly here now. The trample can matter for my huge creatures. Yep. Okay, there's not a Cactarantula, but I'm gonna take the Skewer the Critics. Sometimes you have to use the 3 mana on this, and even then it's not, embarrassing. So it's an easy pick here. Very nice removal spell. And it goes to face, which is, going to matter a lot in the games when it matters. Alright, so Jolene, Spinewood Paladin, Snakeskin Whale here. This is pretty crazy, actually. Now, this is a legendary creature, so I can't have both of the Jolenes on the battlefield at the same time. Create a treasure token ping. Yeah, let's take them. I mean, I like the Spinewood Paladin so much, but I'm gonna take the signpost here regardless. Okay, I don't need the Dance of the Tumbleweeds. I think I'll just take the Gulch to make it even easier to make these cost 5 mana. Now it is a cost that it enters tapped, but and I don't know if I actually care about committing crimes. Uh, but just 1 damage can matter. Yeah, I'll take the land. I have enough playables. I need to cut a bunch of cards here already. And now, is there anything for my sideboard? I'm not going to care about the map, the frontier, gold pan. Um, I don't care about any of these. I just don't. Alright, I'm taking the uncommon here. Okay, my name is Eiki card isn't here. My name is actually Riku, written exactly like my first name. Alright, so am I taking 20 gems or another desert here? I'm taking my card here. I'm not gonna play it. It is a splashable one, but I don't have that many modal spells. Yeah, I'm just redrafting rares now. My deck is kind of finished. And yes, let's continue with that. 20 gems at some point. I don't have a playset of these yet, but basically all the rares will convert into 20 gems because I will be opening more packs. I will be opening packs still at the point when I'm rare complete of the set. Okay, I even got an option to play this card. Maybe as a sideboard option. I don't think main deck is the correct place for this card. Okay, a couple of cards that don't fit my colors. And this one which technically does fit, but it doesn't fit the deck. 28 cards. The first cut will be Oasis Gardener and 18 creatures, 9 non-creatures. Cornucopia can give me some life, but I actually don't have that much to ramp into. So this is going to be a cut this time. This is kind of a 4-drop so often that I'm gonna put it straight into there. The Commando can be one or the other, but I'm still putting it to the 4-drop slot because I have more 3-drops in the deck. I have a lot of cards that have 4 power or greater, which means that the synergy cards that care about that will definitely get their synergy. I have 2 cards that care about deserts, I think, the Rattleworm and the Hag Tarantula, and I have 3 deserts. I'm gonna play the deserts that produce colors I don't need, but all I need is that they produce at least one of my own colors. So, okay. About the creature curve. Yeah, this is like another 2-drop, but I think it's so easy to make this into a 4/4 that I'm gonna play this card. It's gonna be either a 2-mana play later in the game or on turn 3 I could be plotting it. Yeah, the Brimstone Roundup is not supposed to be in here. That's still 25. I don't think I can cut anything that is a 2-mana card. I have actually a little too few 2-drops to my liking. I can use the Thunder Salvo on turn 2 at least, if they have something small. So that's basically 7 plays for turn 2 when you count also the Salvo. So I will not be cutting any of the 2-drops. Don't think I necessarily want to cut the 3-drops either. I think my curve is good enough here. Maybe I don't need a Tumbleweed Rising. Because all the other cards I have here, they have some abilities. You know, this is a 4/4 which is like larger than the 4/2, but even these 4/2s can be better than a vanilla 4/4 because they have some ability. So I'm going to actually cut that card, and now I'm going to cut one last card too. I think I will play the Gold Rush. If I'm a bit short on mana, the treasure can help me, do my stuff. All right. I want to play the 5-drop and the 6-drop. This is not necessarily gonna get triggered that many times, but even if you get one trigger out of this, it's still 2 damage and a scry on a 5 mana 4/5 reach. Okay. The last cut. I think it could be the commando. I want to have the 4 power 3 drops in here. This is not a 4 power 3 drop. And I have enough 4 drops that I don't necessarily need another, action for turn 4, meaning, plotting this thing. I'm gonna actually cut this. This is my 23 now. I wanna play the interaction here. And this is now 17 creatures. Pretty, standard stuff. And then I can just add those lands on color, doubly on color, and then the lands I'm just playing to have a desert. I don't think I actually had anything that cares about crime committing, do I? I don't think I do. It doesn't matter though. The Cactaran to land, the Colossal Rattleworm, like these deserts enough. And then I think it's a even split with forests and mountains, and this is thanks to the Bristling Backwoods. This is still a 9/9 mana base. Okay, that is the main deck. On the draw, I'll keep it. They mulligan. I have 2 spells I can cast with 2 mana, and then if I draw just 1, I can cast more. Although ideally I can have this as a 4 mana plot. Okay, the sentry isn't the worst, especially if I could get a 3rd land, which I did. Now I don't like seeing this on the turn 2, this can really jumpstart them with the plot cards, but oh, and they have a perfect curve. Any plotting? Not yet. Alright. And I drew my lands, this is fantastic. So I'm just gonna play the 4-drop, not 4-drop, but the 4 power creature, allowing me to attack with my sentry. And then I can on the next turn choose to either plot this if I want to, or just play the Rattleworm. Giant Beaver, well... This will generate a treasure token actually. Yeah. I think I am going to just do this, plotting this. Then they have to block with either the dog Orlok, or they're not blocking with the beaver. But I don't want to trade with the Burrow Fiend when I have this thing here. So yeah, let's plot this guy. Deal 2 damage to the Burrow Fiend, and then I will be getting a treasure, and I don't care if they do either of those trades here. I might get a 3 spell turn, so this beaver might die if I can. This is 1 spell that doesn't cost mana. I already have it here. I can cast this, the sentry, and then this will be deal 4 damage. It will be dealing 4 damage, although there's the actual target you need for the 2 damage will be plenty enough. I do hope they tap out. They don't, though. Okay. Yeah, this is... I mean, if they have like snakeskin whale, this could end up horrible. Potentially. Well, I think... they're gonna have something. I'm playing the Rattleworm here now, and then I can cast the Salvo. Try to kill the steed, but the problem is if they have a snakeskin whale. That is a problem. Now this doesn't fly or anything, so they can't actually attack with this. They would lose this. They would get a 3/3, but that's not a big deal. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to actually kill the beaver instead of the steed. If they're gonna get a +1/+1 counter from Snakeskin Whale, I think I'd rather have them on the beaver here. Okay, it was a gold rush. Oh, that's... If they had... I could have actually gotten the steed with it. That's a shame. Anyhow, I'm still attacking with this guy. They lost their pump spell at least, so that does mean that they don't have an attack with these guys into my 6-5. They need to have some other interaction here still, which of course they might have, but hopefully not. So this thing is, if this is in my graveyard, I will get to fetch a desert. Okay, that's a nice one for sure. There's no reason to do anything else than attacking with the Rattleworm here. They don't have a good block, they can double block, but that would be fantastic to trade with both of them. And actually I can double spell on the next turn with the Varmint here. To get the 2 damage and a Scry. I think I should start with that before the Pulverizer dies, because I'm going to attack with it. Okay, that's a decent enough thing to have. It seems like they have something. But what I'm gonna do, not attack. Yeah, let's attack. Next turn I can attack with everything. This thing has lifelink, so if they have like a pump spell, they can actually gain a bunch of life now. But both of these are too big for them, so this attack is gonna do something. A Metamorphic Blast. So this becomes a... Oh, they get to kill this and then they draw 2 cards. That was a nice one. That's a 3 for 1. Alright. Yeah, they are. Actually, they are. Oh, did they get a 1 mana? They get the 1 mana spell, or are they gonna jump block with the... Okay, well, if they jump block with that thing, that's great. I'm going to play my mountain, but I'm not gonna use this because this makes me shuffle, and I actually prefer to draw the Gold Rush. But I'm playing it anyway, just in case I actually decide I need to shuffle this. Okay, they had nothing despite drawing the 2 cards. I mean, they definitely had something, but not enough to deal with me on board here. I can make an all-out attack on the next turn with the backup Gold Rush. Alright, the steed needs to die, but I have a bunch of removal effects. They actually never got any value out of this. They didn't have the plot cards to follow up with the dog. Or log. Alright, so that was green and I guess blue and white. Green, blue, yeah, well, anyway, at least green. So the kind of value of this card, or the kind of strength of this card is not very good in this kind of a matchup where their creatures will outsize it easily, and the naturalize on a stick doesn't seem to necessarily matter. So even though I have only a few 2-drops, I'm going to cut this, and I will be playing the Tumbleweed Rising here. I could consider the Commando, I could consider this Full Steam Ahead as well. I don't know. I could actually play not... Okay, one of these Grizzlies. I'm gonna cut one of the 4/2s, and I'm playing this free Strider Commando. I don't know about the Full Steam Ahead yet. If I lose this game, I will be on the draw, and then I might consider playing this if they don't have a lot of removal. That is not a great hand, but this is kind of like do something, kill something on turn 3, plot this on turn 4 and then double a spell on turn 5 if I guess I'm gonna get one land. I'm not going to 6 here. I might even just draw, you know, cards that I can cast on turn 2, although I don't have that many of options there. But they didn't have anything either. And I can play this other desert, and you know, this is a flash creature now, thanks to the deserts. And I had this on turn 3 if the collective defiance isn't needed, and it's not because they haven't played anything yet. Okay, let's try if this resolves. It does resolve, and they have nothing on it. Okay, they have nothing on the first 3 turns. Now they have a beaver. Yeah, I'm gonna just I could try to surprise them with a rattle worm. I don't think it's necessarily needed now. I'm just gonna attack, and you know, whether they choose to block or not, it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna make this happen now on this turn. Now I do have 5 mana here, of course, so I could play the Pulverizer, but there's no point. Commando is a nice 5/5 for the next turn. I'd rather play this worm when they have, you know, run out of things to do. Summoner is quite good, actually. Yeah, I'm actually doing that. So let's attack with this guy first. I know I could just play the Pulverizer and this thing, but I'll just because this needs to attack for the trigger to happen, so I'd rather play it now, so that I potentially can attack with it on the next turn. They might have a counter spell. I'm not sure if this was the correct order to do this. Would I rather have a 5/5 or this thing? Well, I mean, maybe this is even better. They might have the counter spell that taxes. Oh, they had nothing yet. Stop cold. Okay, this is gonna be tapped and loses all abilities. Well, my 2/2 that I sideboarded out has an actual target. Wow. So I don't know what exactly happened here. Maybe they had white cards in their hand because they played also white. But I guess the 5/5 is just too much to deal with. Of course, my hand was so amazing that I was easily winning here, but they just gave up. Okay, I'm on the draw again. Yeah, I'm keeping this no 2-drop here. But this format is not as punishing as some of the previous ones. Alright, they mulligan to 6, so this might mean that they don't have a fast start either. Or at least the likelihood for that, of course, decreases the fewer cards you start with. So I can see it. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even realize, but there's another card in my deck that cares about the deserts. Skewer the Critic Spectacle is actually triggered by this thing here. So normally you would play this right now, but I'm now thinking, do I want to kill their 2-drop? Because I might be able to do that. Alright, I'm going to do this now. And if they have something I want to kill, I can do that on the next turn by playing this, pinging them. Yeah, you know, that is exactly what I'm talking about. That knight needs to go, and now my skewer is a lightning bolt. That's really nice. And of course now I can just curve out here in a pretty decent way. This is a 5-drop now thanks to the desert. Okay, so yep. They have the O5 in here. I'm not too concerned. I can just attack with the Grizzly. If they block it, then I can, you know, plot this post-combat and finish it off. Oh, they're going to go for the attacks. I mean, if they wanna do +2 -2 with 2 mana, be my guest. I mean, either I take 0 damage or they have to use 2 of their mana They get the loot. I guess they just wanted to loot, but that's really good news for me. I mean, look at this. I'm so much ahead here in terms of board presence. Unless they have something for 1 blue. They actually missed the land drop too. Yeah, because I can... This only gives trample, which is not gonna matter. Because of course I could pre-combat play something and then saddle it up, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, the 4 mana 4/4 seems very cool here. Yeah. Okay, they got their 4th land now, but... And the 05 is actually a good blocker here, but I can finish it off with the sharpshooter. So... Blue and white. They discarded the 4/4 here. I'm so happy about, you know, realizing the Skewer the Critics desert combination here, or the kind of desert that pings them. Okay, so they go for the loot. It seems like they are the blue-white, you know, 2 spells deck or play spells on the opponent's turn. Annoying because I don't have the... I mean, my sorcery speed stuff is not so good here, but there's no reason here to do anything else than attack, because this actually can't even be countered. I mean, you can counter the triggered ability, but... Okay, they're gonna just stop it cold. Alright, this is fine. So I'm gonna attack, and they're gonna block, and then I'm gonna finish it off by plotting this. So the 2 damage happens unless they have a range to... Wow, that was surprising. What on earth? They just took 4 damage because this attack was always going to happen. 4 damage is a lot of damage to take just to play around a pump spell I might not even have, because I was always going to attack with this guy. Well, that means my sharpshooter isn't so good now. I'm gonna play this BO3 here. I could Savage Smash it, but I'd much rather use this so that I can actually benefit from the +2/+2. Yeah. I do want them to just tap out on something and then I can get a good Savage Smash. Or alternatively, if I draw just a land, I have my 5 drops online. Then again, if I draw a spell, that's not a bad news either. Yeah, I think I'm in a very good shape. I have a very strong hand here. Even if I hit like a pocket of lands, I have many turns of worth of plays in my hand. This is also a bomb-heavy format, of course. A lot of rares in packs. So you shouldn't use your removal on the first thing you see. But sometimes, for tempo reasons, you still do that. So I'm not excited about the prospect of using the Savage Smash on the Canyon Grab. But and I'm not going to use it, of course, when they have open mana. Okay, stop cold. Oh, this thing has flash, right? Well, that's interesting. I'll just play my 6/5 in here. And I'm going to crew this. I want to mill stuff, so, you know, creatures, so I can actually make this into a bigger one. 1 creature went there, that's nice. No reason to attack, they have all the information, but now this will be at least a 3/3 when I crew it. I'm still developing the board much more efficiently than they are, because they just missed their place. Was it on turn 3 when they missed it? I was able to deal with this prairie dog, and then I just have played a spell on every turn since then. And of course the Cac Tarantula is a really annoying thing, because even if they have removal on it, it's most likely a targeted removal which allows me to draw a card from it. Okay, they are in a think tank now. I will pause the recording until something happens. Nothing is happening. They're actually physical. They skipped a turn. Now they have the loot, which is now automatical. Well, I don't know what that means. But I'm still just doing this guy. They have, of course, a timeout on my turn too. They might lose the match on the spot if they now timeout totally. I'll pause again. Okay, they are running out of that time, and this is not really a concession yet. Okay, let's do the saddle up here. 2 creatures went there, so this is actually now a 5. So this is a lethal attack, and that's that because they timed out. Now they didn't entirely time out. I could have been like a sneaky guy there, and actually pass the turn. Oh, they are back now, and kind of like I could have made it so that they are still getting a turn after this, not attacking for lethal here, because then if they would have timed out on their turn, they would concede the match. But now it goes to game 2. Of course, it's better for content as well if they actually came back. I think they hovered over their crap, so they might have reconnected. I didn't see a lot of stuff. I definitely played the Varmint here. I don't know how to say this. Varmint. Because this destroys the enchantment-based removal. I saw them play. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm not gonna make any changes right now. So they are actually back. There was no wait during the sideboarding. Okay, this is a mulligan. This is not. Alright, I think the sentry might not be needed. I want to keep the pump here. The 3/3 can attack quite easily in this deck though, but this is also useful for the removal I saw. So yeah, I'm gonna cut to the sentry here. I'll keep 3 lands. I have a bunch of 4-drops here, including that. I don't have the skewer or the critics in my hand, so I'm gonna just play the tapped lands when I don't need the mana. Prairie Dog. Well, I don't want them to attack with the 2/2. I don't want to waste my haste by not attacking either. I'm going to play the Varmint, and I'm just accepting that I might trade it off. Although it's possible if they have like a plotting here, they actually won't be doing anything, and then they just pick up a counter for this guy. But this also has vigilance, so I can attack with it. With the Gold Rush, I can do it, and I can still block with it too. Yeah, I'm gonna snap block if they're gonna attack. I'm gonna trade this into a trick they might have. Okay, Savage Smash would be just amazing right now if I knew they have nothing, but it is risky. I don't have to take that risk right now. I can wait. Okay, yeah, as you can see, they have priority here, so they have some action. I'm not going to attack into the open mana here. I'm just playing this post combat, and next turn I at least can consider having the sure shot. I still have the Savage Smash I can use to deal with this guy once they tap out. Okay, repulse. So yeah, it would have been a catastrophe to try to do the Savage Smash or the Gold Rush. Yeah, the Prairie Dog is really good. Especially with cards that allow you to use your mana without casting a spell on your own turn. But now I am not gonna worry about a 1 blue mana. I'm just going to now deal with that thing. Maybe... Am I though? Because next turn I can actually do a 3 and a 2 mana spell. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just play the Cactus Folk Sure Shot now. It has Ward 2 also, so it's actually quite safe to use the Savage Smash with that. And they did miss a land drop, so this they cannot really interact easily with the Sure Shot. If they have a true mana spell that can target the Sure Shot. Okay, just that guy. And I was thinking which one is more important to kill, but now I have 2 of those Savage Smashes, so this says at the beginning of your end step. Yeah, I don't want them to get any extra cards. This thing untaps. No, it doesn't. I don't know why did I think. Until end of turn, not untap. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna play the Varmint. This has Trample now. I just can't really attack with the Sure Shot. I know I could, because if they double block that would be fantastic for me because of the Gold Rush. But then I would deal 8 unless they trade with the Keeper, and then they can attack with the Prairie Dog, gaining 3. But then it's not there doing any blocks. So I'm actually going to do this attack. I don't need this ability so badly, so I'm gonna trade here, not use the Gold Rush, and yeah, I'm gonna play the Varmint. So they're gonna gain back 3 life. So I'm still, the point is, I take 3 damage, but they take still 1 damage, because if I left this, you know, untapped, they would be now at 18. Now they go to 17. So I dealt 1 extra damage, but I take myself 3 damage. I think I am the aggressor, so I don't care about taking damage. That's why I chose this. Also, there was like a small chance that they would in fact choose to you know, double block this, and then I would blow them out with the Gold Rush. Okay, so this is gonna pick up a counter. Sadly, they can do stuff on my. They should let that thing resolve first. If they cast a spell now, they are not going to get. They are not gonna get a counter, because it checks also on resolution there. Yeah, they should have actually let this ability resolve to get the counter and then cast the spell. Well, anyway, let's do this. This is pretty fantastic right now. So this thing has no abilities now, so I cannot use the sacrifice thing here. If they have a land and another stop cold, I actually have no way to further progress in the game, but let's hope I draw some spells. They still have 4 cards in hand, I have only 1. I have 1 card on the battlefield, so they have 4 cards to my 2, and they have just a Djinn in there, so that's acceptable. That drawing the land is not so acceptable. I mean, if I draw anything that has 4 more power, I would be able to haste it up, and I have a lot of those cards, so this is a little annoying. I have by the way, the Escalate spell, so I shouldn't play too many of my lands, because I might want to discard my hand and then draw that many cards. So I'm able to replace my lands with the actual cards. So this is a tight race now. That's not. They're gonna deal 5 now. I need to draw a creature now. Any creature. That's not it. Oh boy, this is actually bad. They're not even block here. They're not gonna block, and that actually means that I'm going to 1 on the next turn. Alright, well, I'm happy they blocked, and they only blocked with 1 creature. This was the best outcome for me. But I'm still losing if I keep drawing nonsense. Yep. At least this is not a 2-turn clock right now, it is a 3-turn clock. But I need help from my deck. These lands are too much. I had good stuff earlier, but yeah, these back-to-back lands, with them having, you know, all these spells, means that I'm not in a good shape. Okay, that is gonna go on top of the deck. I guess it's better than a random draw. It has reach, so I can block this guy if they have no further interaction, and of course I would need to do it. I am now top decking. Are they? Or are they gonna have just infinite? Yeah, they have infinite interaction, so now I need to draw something or I will immediately lose. And something needs to deal with this guy somehow. There it is. So, is dealing 3 to them important? That means I won't have access to 1 mana less. Okay, anyway, I'm happy I drew this because now I can still... I'm actually dealing 3 to them. So target player discards all the cards. Yep, that's me. You can also target the opponent with that thing, right? Yes, I want to do that. Target creature and target opponent or planeswalker, yeah. So now I'm paying extra mana to deal 3 to them, and that means... well, I'm happy I did because I drew... Because if I drew a 4-drop there, I couldn't have cast it now, whereas I would have been able to do that. If... and that's it. If I wouldn't have dealt 3. Anyway, this doesn't deal with that guy, so that was just 2 extra lands from the Collective Defiance. That was a shame. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10 lands. Yeah, I had like 7 lands and 15 spells. Well, that happened. I really thought that the extra 2 cards would actually help me, but that's not what happened. They have enough interaction that playing cards like full steam ahead doesn't make much sense. Do I want to have more big things? I'm thinking about the commando here. I guess I'm gonna play the commando over one of the grizzlies after all. No, that's that. I at least get to be on the play and with a very nice hand. This makes its first appearance. So, most likely draw a card. I can plot this. Oh, that's gonna be different now. I'm going to actually play this guy now. I will saddle it up so I can maybe mill creatures. Okay, 1 creature, that's nice. 2 would have been pretty fantastic, because then this would be... No, actually I will have the 4-power creature on the next turn anyway. So they need to deal with the summoner right now, or I am going to get a 3-1 for free. Wow, this is actually a flash thing now. Well, I'm trying this. Whenever another creature, I will get the mana here, but that actually is not going to help me unless the gold rush would be relevant, but it won't be relevant now. If they counter this, that's actually gonna be going into my graveyard, and this will be at least a 4/4 allowing this thing to trigger. Let's see if I'm going to be able to mill 1 creature here in the top 2. Well, they clearly have some interaction there. Now, let's see this mill outcome. Oh, was that Skewer and Savage Mass? No, I don't like that. But oh well. Okay, they always had the repulse there. What? Okay, sorry. I thought actually they got a turn, but no, it was only the draw a card from repulse. So I thought that why couldn't I attack? But yeah, they didn't get a turn. I was able to attack. Now they did this bounce. Okay, guys are okay. The 2-3 is not what they want to have here. Okay, I'm in a pretty good shape now. I have a decisions here. I can just draw a card. And I get the treasure with this thing. Okay. Yeah. Let's draw the card and get the treasure, and then I can use the gold rush when they block my trailblazer. That's very sweet. Crew this guy. Or not crew, but saddle it up. Okay. And here I'm gonna attack for 9. They're gonna block the trailblazer, but I'm going to use the gold rush. By the way, this is giving 4+4+4, but it's not lethal, so I'm gonna save my guy. Now they need to have some kind of a mass removal spell, and even then I have a very good hand. Losing here will be very unlikely. This can sack treasures to ping targets, and I have 2 treasures, of course, because this also gave me 1. Yeah, their 4 mana interaction spells won't be good enough. They needed something cheaper. They had nothing on turn 2, and I was on the play with the 2-drop, so that's why I got this this advantage. And of course my cards are very good here as well. So we'll see what happens now. Okay. No reason to actually do much. I'm going to attack with everything. I actually could make this into a 5-5, but they're gonna have some interaction, so I'm gonna have 3 attackers, even though it means this is only gonna deal 2. I might even do the flash Rattleworm. Well, I mean, let's see what they do. They're gonna die if they don't do anything. Alright, that is going to block the Trailblazer. Fine. So I'm going to draw the card. Oh, sorry, This actually requires red mana, but yeah, I'm still able to do it. Because I can sack the 3rd treasure too. So let's get red mana here and then do this. Yeah, I kind of forgot I can just do this, and this is exactly as if they have nothing for 1 blue. Alright. I was thinking about, allowing them to block and then play this so that I get to draw the card before this thing dies, but I think it's better to just go for the win. On the play, nice hand actually. 2 mana creature, 3 mana creature, Savage Mass, Thunder Salvo. And the opponent mulligans. Opponents have mulliganed a lot in this event now. Alright, they kept 6. I should play the Burrofiend here because I can start saddling it up, milling some creatures potentially. Okay, anything? Well, they have a decision to make, and that's a Raven of Fell Omens. I don't need... Yeah, I don't have a 4-drop, so I'm not playing the tapped land and a 2-drop. I'm just going to go with the Jolene here. And Saddle this thing up, mill creatures if possible. Yep, it was a very good one, but you know, you mill random cards. It's always better to mill when you have effects that care about your graveyard. Because I could have also milled some nonsense and maybe drew this Longhorn Sharpshooter immediately. So self-milling is not bad. Unless you are gonna get decked out. That's when it's bad. So this thing drains a bit here and a bit there when they commit crimes. Well, I'm not concerned. Them playing a 1-2 is actually perfect for me because I'm just gonna win them with my big creatures, and this is not really going to contribute much to the board, the fight that goes on the board. I think because I want to still continue saddling this thing. I think I'm playing the summoner. Another thing is that I have instant speed effect here. I'm gonna have this treasure sacrificing here. I lose that ability, but I think in the long run it's better to do it. If I lose my Jolene, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I wanna saddle this thing here. This wasn't a bad draw at all because that allows me to still use all my mana while being able to play the tapped land. Okay, they're gonna kill the Jolene, I guess. Well, that's a good idea. I'm about to net a treasure from this thing if they don't do that. Exile target creature if it's, yeah, no other creature has higher power. Sure. Oh, that went to my graveyard. It's destroy, not exile, so I actually get another pump for that. Do this. And now if this gets to attack, and I get to saddle this thing, and I can because I have the vomit to do that saddling. I'm going to get a free 3-1, but it seems like they have another removal, or maybe they were just reading the card. It is not a removal spell, and it's a Death Toucher, which I can deal with. Okay, that's gonna be nice too, but better to just play this. Hopefully they don't have a Snakeskin Whale. And they did not, and now I can do some nice stuff here. Get a free 3-1. Still not milling creatures, but I'm happy to mill 2 lands, so I don't really need them. Yeah, look at the look at the board state here. If they don't have a rat effect, they are not gonna beat me. This also deals 3 to them, so they are almost dead. The Getaway Glamour is gonna be good. Good against me. I have so many high power creatures. It's a 3 mana. Well, it's still gonna cost 3 mana to kill a creature. The nasty part of this is that this can be a 2-for-1 when I'm targeting some of their thing to remove. They might do the 4 mana version of this, which allows them to save their own creature while killing my creature. So I need to be careful with my removal when they have mana up. Right, so white-black, I suppose. Maybe some green splash, or they're just gonna play this for, you know, crime committing purposes. There might be enchantment-based removal on white. I don't want to cut my 2 drops. I'm again thinking about this commander. Is the Grizzly that needed? I wanted to initially play these Grizzlies because I have so many things that care about, you know, 4 power. But this will also have 4 power. It's just a little bit slower to get it going. But I have so many 3 mana spells that I can actually consider just cutting. Well, when I'm on the draw, this is not very good of a blocker. 3 mana 4-2 trades with their 2 drops. So I'm gonna actually cut this and I'll play the commando. And there's no other sideboarding I'm interested in. Five lander, but something to do on turn 2. a decent 4-drop. And of course I can just draw spells. I'm keeping it. 5-landers are a bit sketchy, but when you have like a plan for the beginning of the game, like I do, I think it's acceptable. But I can be flooded out in this game. Is this annoying enough? It will do a lot of harm to me throughout the game, so I think I'm going to just deal with it while they're tapped out. Because next turn I can play the sentry, and turn 4 I can play this and also, you know, attack with the sentry. Okay, so I drew 2 lands, 1 spell so far. Not optimal at all when you are already, you know, kept the 5-lander. I guess if I get my escalate card, I can just ditch all these lands. Alright, that's an annoying card. Man, 3 lands, 1 spell after keeping that hand. Oh well. This can get menace, so I'm just going to attack here. And oh, they have still a spell. It could be a Skulldugger. Yeah, I think it's that. It's fine. They're gonna make this into a 4-power lifelinker. Eat my sentry. If I had spells in my hand, I wouldn't care about it that much. But since I'm effectively top decking, this is difficult now. And they have a crime here to make commit, do they? Yeah, okay. So they have all these 3 cards, which in fact all of these are stuff I need to deal with. Okay, wow. Alright, so I have actually drawn 1 spell and 4 lands after keeping 5-lander. Yeah, well, I guess I'm not dead on this turn, I'm dead on the next turn. Pretty much no matter what I draw. Well, especially when they have... I see now what's their splash. Honest Rothstein is definitely card worth splashing. Okay. Not much to say about that. I think that kind of keep is still okay, because going to 6 always carries the risk of, you know, having like a 1-lander there, and then you have to go to 5 or keep an incredibly risky hand. That hand I kept at least had a turn 2 play and a turn 4 play, and also, you know, was able to make its land drops, and by just drawing some number of spells, I would be in the game. Now that I have learned about their deck, I still don't think I care about the full steam ahead. I don't. I'm still going to play the commando over the second copy of the Grizzly. Don't think there's anything bad here, so I'll just keep this deck. Okay. This is the other side. I had some good starting hands earlier in the event, but this is just asking for trouble if I'm gonna miss my 3rd land drop here. But if I, let's say, draw, I can miss a land drop like once, but if on turn 5 I get to 4 mana, because I have the Savage Smash, I have the Sharpshooter, the Varmint. Am I gonna lose the final match to into Flood? Screw combination, because I'm willing to keep this hand. Going to 6 would be better if I have like 3 or 4 lands there, but this has a lot of spells on that. I just need to draw a couple of lands. I'm not playing the Cactarantula anytime soon, but the other spells are good here. I'm going to keep it, and I just hope to draw the lands. But you know how it goes. Flood in the screw is pretty classic. That is a good 3-drop. I'm happy to have it because I would rather plot this on turn 4. Also, this gives me more treasures potentially. Wow, that was such a relief because that gives me stuff to do. I can use the Savage Smash. I can, if I need to, I can play this as a 3/3. But since they have the 2 toughness creature, I'm going to plot it. They are also lacking the white mana, but maybe not after this. Okay, they didn't even get the treasure. You cannot choose to not put a land to your hand. You have to, if you mill a land, you have to. So you cannot say that I won't, take a land and get a treasure instead. I got the 4th mana too. Wow. Now. Okay. I don't really want to use the Savage Smash on the Naturalist. But I'm gonna get a treasure here, so any one land will give me the Cactarantula then. Because I really want to just play the Beaver on this turn. There's no rush with the Sharpshooter either. Yeah, I think I am just gonna... I like this a lot, but if I use the Savage Smash, there might be something else I actually need to kill. So let's go for this, and just... Oh, I actually could have attacked with the Varmint too. That was a mistake. Because if they really choose to block it, I can just ping this. I guess I wouldn't have had much mana after that then. Anyway, this is fine because I have the 4/4 here. And the main thing here is that I drew actually my 4th land on turn 4, and that's huge. Considering I kept the 2-lander, which, this wasn't a guaranteed thing to happen at all. So now I'm very happy, and I have the 5 mana. Any land will allow me to cast the Cactarantula. Please don't make me discard cards. That would be the most annoying thing, because all the cards in my hand are fantastic. They still are missing the white mana. Okay, I guess they're more like a... Is white the splash, actually? Okay, Rootstain, annoying but acceptable, given that I have such a good situation here. So they have a 1 mana spell. There could be a Skullduggery, but it also could be a Snakeskin Whale. Okay, it's a... it wasn't a 1 mana spell, it was a 2 mana spell which the Rootstain makes cheaper. Okay. Alright, they milled a assassin here. Don't know if they're gonna attack. I don't care if they are. Okay, that's a good one. Now, do I want to give them the discount? Because I couldn't just deal with this guy using the Longhorn Sharpshooter right now. Both of these have Vigilance, so the Bloodshaker isn't even going to matter that much. Yeah, I don't want to give them the mana discount. I'm gonna plot this, kill the Rootstain. And I can attack for 6, and they might trade or not trade, I don't really care. And as long as they don't have effects that make me discard cards, I'm happy. Okay, there's the white mana now. This was also potentially picking planes. Okay, no land at all. Oh, they just... Yeah, they have also the Steed here. Hopefully they don't have another way to bring stuff back from the graveyard, because if they can get Rootstain and then something else, that can be really nasty. Well, this board is not actually enough to block the Beaver, but they of course have the Death Toucher there. Now this thing is a fight. Alright, so I'm going to trade with the apothecary, which is, you know, fine, I guess. I'll be playing the Cactar until a post-combat, but I'm going to, of course, saddle this thing. This will be a 4/4 then. So let's start with that. And have the Cactaruntula. If they don't block, that would be... Oh, that's actually... That's concerning. But, I mean, it doesn't affect what I'm doing here. They have a better use for the apothecary. Alright. This will be a back for more. I'm so sure of it. It will be the done back for more. They just so quickly pass the turn. It's gonna be 6 mana, and they're gonna return a creature that is able to fight one of my creatures. It could be the assassin. It should be the Rootstain though. I guess there's nothing too big here. I don't have anything instant speed myself. So I guess I might as well play the Sure Shot, and I don't think I need to post-combat Savage Smash anything, so let's do this now. Now it could be something else than a back for more, of course, but there's not really much reason for me to do anything else than this. This doesn't give haste to itself, of course, that would be insane if it did. So someone in here is going to get haste and trample. Haste, of course, doesn't matter, but trample does, and it's gonna be the Cactarantula. Okay, just the Holy Cow. For now, that's not back for more. Okay. They have something for 3. Well, if they wanna target my Cactar... Oh, what? It's other creatures. I thought it's giving a target creature that... Oh man, that's even... that's insane. Anyway, I'm gonna lose the Cactaruntula on the apothecary, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're gonna have some kind of instant speed spell because of the priority they're holding here. I have no idea why they did this thing, you know, pre-combat. Or let's say pre-attackers. That didn't do anything, it only gave me more information. But man, this thing actually pumps all your other creatures with 4 or higher power. I mean, it doesn't pump, but gives them trample and haste. You don't have to pick one target, which I honestly thought it's gonna pick one target. Such a crazy thing. Okay, so deal with the flyer, deal with the 2/3. I guess the flyer is more annoying, so let's deal with that. Let's see what's their trick here, because they are having some kind of a trick. They have at least only one card, hopefully, remaining after that. Skullduggery. Skullduggery isn't gonna do anything too amazing here. Yep, that's not gonna help them. They're gonna get some lifelink here, but this is actually not going to really benefit them too much. Just gained a little bit more life. I mean, they kind of wasted the Skullduggery there. I think they just wanted to gain the life there, I suppose. Anyway, if they play something threatening, I have the Savage Smash on the Sure Shot, which allows me to, you know, make a 7/7 fighter. Okay, they might not have any spell here. Well... I don't want to discard all my cards when I have the Savage Smash in here. So this has Ward 2. If they have a... Yeah, they could have like a murderer. This is risky, but I'm gonna do it now still. This is too good to pass up. I guess if they have a murderer, I should maybe pump this guy. Okay, I'd rather have the sure shot alive. So let's do it like this. Okay, they have nothing, and then I can just do this. I will leave, of course, the forest to my hand so that... This is now lethal if they don't have a crime to commit. I guess there was some merit to kill the Raven, but maybe it doesn't matter too much. They might have jump blocked with the 2-3 and they wouldn't be at 3 anyway. But yeah, this dealing 3 damage to an opponent means that so far it's already a lethal card. They are checking their graveyard. That is threat. That is not nice, but as long as they don't have crimes to commit. Just, yeah, maybe they tap out without committing a crime and then I just win. Okay, Lively Dirge is gonna be doing something good. They're gonna search for a card and then return 2 creatures. Total mana value of 4. It could be the Steed and it could be the Rootstain, but do they have a 1 mana creature? I think it's only... they have the Desperate Bloodseeker and the Steed. But they're gonna search for something, they're gonna bring that thing. Okay, so I think they're gonna commit a crime. But of course this is just gonna kill one of their things. They take 3, and this is still gonna have a trample, This is gonna give trample to it. Revealed cards. Okay, let's just put a land there. Now they're gonna commit a crime here, so they're gonna go to 4, but unless the last card in their hand is something really good. Well, it was. Okay, I have now guaranteed win here with the Collective Defiance. So let's do this. All modes 5 mana. Target player discards. Yep, I target myself. Target this fella here, and they take 3, and then they will be losing. Nice. Alright. That was a trophy run. I think the deck was quite good. So it was like a deck that can get a trophy. And I had a little bit of some difficulties in the past few drafts. I started the format so that I actually, in my first 5 drafts, I had 3 trophy runs and 2 2-1s. So I had like, lost 2 matches and I had won 13. Yeah, it was 13 wins, 2 losses in the first 5 drafts. But then I started doing badly and I haven't gotten a trophy run since then. I had multiple 1-2s, for instance, but now this was the first trophy since then. And I don't think I really needed my bums that much. I mean, the Rattleworm wasn't the key card in my wins. It was just mostly curving out and having, a pretty decent mix of good creatures and removal and some utility and synergy as well. I could have used more 2-drops maybe, but in this format maybe you can survive missing 2-drops better than in the last few formats. That was it anyway, and the next draft I'm gonna record will be uploaded and published sometime, like around a week from this point on. And I will have more experience about the set by that draft, and hopefully, I know the deeper the format goes, the more informed decisions I can make during drafting. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.